Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to our craft and chat night. Let me get myself situated here. Find myself. It's always good to find yourself. Alrighty. Let's just give it a minute or so for peeps to come in. Let's see who's going to be the first person to come on in. Trying to think what color to do this bottle. I hope someone joins. I'm not seeing anybody. Oh dear, that's not good. Let me type. Oh, there we go. All right. Hello, Maureen. Welcome. Kay, hello. Welcome. Woohoo. Who's ready for some cheers? Trying to think what color to do this bottle. This is the first time I stamped this. I was sitting here coloring and I'm like, oh, what time is it? I'd be thinking of these vintage bottles when I see this. And I probably should take my glasses off because I probably could see better without them. So how is everyone doing? Hello, hello. I should probably move you all over there. Let's move you all over here. Hello, Lori. Welcome. Oh, here we go. I was like, what was I doing? That's what this bottle reminds me of, a vintage bottle. I'm going to say that there's like nothing in it. Who knows anything here about beer? I should be asking my son. He used to brew his own beer years ago. And he drinks a lot of those, what are they called? IPA beers, I think. Let me just color this in while then we'll see who all is here. I hope you all are having a good day. It's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. Gateway to the weekend. Was this the dark? Yeah, that was the dark. They're going to emphasize a little bit here. I know, I'm like, I started doing this and you all come in and you're like, oh, are we doing a class tonight? Or no, I just wanted to color this bottle in. I wanted to see what it was going to look like. How many of you have this set? Brewed for you. Brewed for you. We're going to put a little bit of a different spin on it. Pardon that. Spin, bottle, get it? I think that looks good. Let me put that away. Put my glasses back on. Hello, Carol. Welcome. All right, so let's see who I missed. Oop, it just scooched right up down to the bottom again. Hello, Sherry. Welcome. And Lori, I think I said hello. Marcia, hello. Welcome from Texas. Carol. Hello, hello, hello. So what do you think of this bottle? Now, there's a certain kind of beer or something that this bottle's called. Does anybody know what it's called? I like the bottle. I think it's cool. So if anybody knows, put it down in the comments, because I don't know. Okay, so welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday. I don't know why my picture looks so small on here. It looks very small on my iPad. Huh. I don't know. So anyhow, I thought we would do something with the Brewed for You and Lucky Clover. Growler, that's it. But what kind of beer, Carol, goes in a growler? I'm assuming it's a beer or some sort of ale. A growler. Now, why would they call it that? Does anybody know that? Well, a growler. Carol gets the star for knowing that. So I don't know. I saw a card pop up with this Brewed for You. You think it's called a growler? Yep. Okay, we got that. Now we want to know why and what goes in it. You got it. You got it. So I saw a card with this and I thought, well, you know what? St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Draft or on tap. Yeah, but is it a certain color? Because I know there's all different colors of beers. Draft or on tap? Draft or on? To go in the growler? No. What does that mean, draft or on tap? Sometimes I wish I could hear you. So I thought it'd be some fun, have some fun tonight to do some St. Patrick's Day brewed for you and make it lucky. I think they are at breweries that brew their own beer. You can bring it back and have it refilled. Oh, so there's not a specific. I could just use it as a bottle. You could this be like real pretty, putting some flowers, putting some leafy flowers out of the top of that. That would be fun, right? I would think so. Hello, Fran. Welcome. So, yes, we are going to be brewing up some fun tonight. Pardon that pun. I have 2 cards tonight, but first I thought I would kind of show you a little bit on coloring. So I stamped ahead of time, and you may find sometimes when you stamp and you go to color in that sometimes the colors get like muddy. Anybody find that happening? What happens is when you go to color with your Stampin' blends and you stamp with Memento black ink, sometimes the colors kind of get like mud. But if you use Memento, let it dry. That's the ticket, is to set it and let it dry. Set it and let it. And to do these, it's very simple if you want to use the stamp, because there's the mug and then there's the stamp to fill in the mug. And then there's the glass, and then the glass to fill in. And of course, this stemware with the stamp to stamp in. And then we have some bubblies for the top. So the smaller one would go, on here. And I don't know if it'd be bubblies on that one. And then a larger one with that. And the sayings, I owe you one or several, and another round for your birthday, and oh, ale, yes. I think they're just so fun, and the dies are super fun too, and I'm assuming this is some sort of hops, and I don't know, hops must have leaves, so the brewed dies are really fun to play with the stamps. So I want to know, does anybody have that? And then I thought I'd incorporate some little lucky clover. I'm not incorporating the punch because I know that the punch is no longer available. But there are a lot of good stamps in this set. And think about it, because I can't remember the last time it was that we came up with a clover stamp set and St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And I really love this saying, a good friend is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have. And then also good luck, so that could be for even graduation, sending luck and love. So it doesn't have to just be for St. Patrick's Day. Or maybe you're Irish and you like to, stamp a little clover or something on your envelopes. Like, hey, you can do that. So here I have some of the beer mugs. Now I'm going to take the long way out. I'm not going to stamp it. I'm going to color it in. I thought light pool party would be fun coloring in where it looks like the glassware. So I'm not even going to make this any kind of fussy anything. I'm just going to go ahead and, just color this in with no fuss, no muss. And what I like about that is you can take one of the colors of your blenders, and I'll let that dry, and then go back over it again, and you can make it a deeper color if you want. All right, so let me see here. This is very fine in here. All right, let me do this other one. So the bottom part of the mug is the glassware. And then, of course, the handle. Now, you could just leave them white if you want to, but I think coloring them in adds a little something extra. Okay. Now, if you want it to look like a lighter color beer, I like the color, the Dark Daffodil Delight. And you can just very easily go around the edge. This is how I do it. Now everybody does it different. Because I feel going around is probably the most difficult, for me anyhow. Like that. Like that. Like this. And then just swipe up. And swipe down. And there you have the lighter color beer. Now, if you want something a little bit darker, or maybe you want it to be root beer, we have Stampin' Blends that are like different flesh tones. And they don't have names to them, they have numbers. So this is SU 500. Let me make sure. Yes, SU 500. And I think it's a perfect, now we have them darker too. If you want to go darker, you can. But I think it's a perfect color for a little bit of a darker beer. And like I said, I'm not into beer. I don't really know much about it. And I don't really drink it. I don't really drink any alcohol these days. But I think it's fun. It's great for the guys. You know, but that's not saying that it's not good for girls either. Now, we also have that really fun motorcycle stamp set. That would pair perfectly with this set. You know, with the beer and, you know, like the biker kind of guys or gals. You know, I don't want to, you know, just say it's just the guys. Now, you can go back on that little bit of shading. And then let it set to absorb in, and you can go back and make it deeper. Or what you can do is you can, let me see what the next kind of color would be. You can maybe go, and this might be a little too dark, let me see. No, that might be a little too dark, but let's just try it out. You can go with a darker color and kind of highlight this area to add a little more if you wanted to go along the side here, and even down around toward the bottom, and up this way. And then what you can do is you can go back with the lighter one and just kind of shade that in. So this is almost like a logger. And color that in and blend those colors. And don't forget, when it dries, it's going to dry a little bit lighter. So isn't that fun? Like how you can do those kind of things. Now, if you want to take the stamp and maybe you don't like to color. You want to take the stamp and color it in with a stamp. You can take the other stamp, and let's me see a color I want to use. I didn't have one pulled out for this one. Let's go with the little crushed curry. So here's the stamp. It has a little rounded bottom on it, and all you do with this is and sorry if my head gets in the way, you will line it up as best you can, and then you stamp it. The only thing is I don't like how it does it. You know, now what you can do if you have, like, you know, I'm going to call that a bad stamp. I'm going to call that I didn't do so good of a job. If you go ahead and grab your blender pens. Oh, I guess we're going to get some snow tomorrow, huh? Take your blender pens while it's kind of still wet. You can go in and fill in those areas by just spreading. Now you can't do too much because I'm on basic white cardstock, and kind of blend that in a little bit. But that's a reason why I like to use the blends, because I don't always align things up good, especially these days. I'm really poor at that. So then here's another one. Now with this little glass, there's this little stamp in there that has little bubbles. So here's little teeny tiny bubbles. I'm not even sure if you can see that. Little bubbles. And I stamp little bubbles in. So you can do that. Let me get the stamp that goes along with this. But so it's just fun to stamp a bunch of them. Let me find the one. Here's the one that goes with that. Stamp a bunch of them and just sit and play. That's why I only have 2 projects for you tonight, because I was playing all afternoon. Okay, so let's see how this one goes. So this one is going to go right there. Oh, that came pretty good. Let me try the next one. So I'm aligning up the bottom. I think I just hit it with my head. Here we go. That's pretty good. So if you don't like to color, they provide the 2-step stamping is what we used to call it back in the day. So those of you that have been around with Stampin' Up! For a while, you would recall that little phrase. Let me get these back on here, and then we'll move about. So those are different ways that you can color. And then, of course, these have dies, so the dies will cut them out. And I really love that. Oh, and then there's also the little bubblies for the top. And Wink of Stella would be perfect on that to add a little extra oomph. Okay, so anybody have any questions on that? Did I lose everybody saying, oh, that was boring? 2-step stamping. Hi, Mary. Hi, Betty. Hello, hello. Dark beer. It's an airtight glass bottle that functions like a mini keg. Purchased at Brewers, and they help preserve the flavor and quality of the beer. Oh, okay. Breweries brew your own beer. You can bring it back and have it filled. All right. Okay. Well, you guys are a little bit more knowledgeable about beer than I am. So good. I'm glad you're all here. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started. So that was just a little bit about coloring. I don't really do too much coloring anymore these days, but I wanted to share that with you. Okay, so we have an online extravaganza. Has anyone gone there and visited that yet? So we have items that are online only, and that's the only way that you can see them. And of course, buy them is online. And there are some returning colors. One of them is going to be the peacock color. And who knows, what was the other one? I think it was a blue color. We also know boho blue is going to be a new blue. So there's going to be a color revamping. Some colors are leaving. Some colors are coming back. But with the online extravaganza, there are 2 punches on there. Who remembers the 2-inch punch? Lost Lagoon, that's it. Thank you. 2-inch punch, and there's a 1 3/4-inch punch. Online extravaganza. There's a lot of stamp sets and dies, brand new. And be sure to check it out. And items will be added, kind of like there is a new kit collection too. So items will be added like the kit collection. And if you see something, you know, I can't stress enough how if you see something, not to hesitate, because we all know things sell out. Oh, and speaking of selling out, if you missed out on the dies for the paper pumpkin, the Sunshine and Smiles paper pumpkin last month, I'm hearing that there are going to be more dies coming. So if you missed out on that, don't fret. If you're a paper pumpkin subscriber, you'll be able to get them. Okay. So let me share with you the first card that I'm going to do. And of course, I couldn't focus on, and I have to remember, I got to go down a little bit. I couldn't focus on beer and St. Patrick's Day without making it green beer. So here's a fun card. And I'm using the, and you know, I'm like, yeah, I'll remember the, all right, who knows? Let me find if there's a thing in here. The good, what is it? Good old, Goodman's, good something or another designer series paper from the annual catalog. I think I have it bookmarked. You know, and this was kind of, I just got ready today. I was so behind on things. Here we go. He's the Man. He's the Man cardstock. And it has those fun punch outs. So we're going to be using those too. The fun dies. And I would have done more, but, well, time just got away from me, you know. Okay, so what I did this time is I wrote down the dimensions. I had someone comment that I think that they were deaf, and they wanted to know what the sizes of things were because they couldn't hear, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how that. I don't know how she even heard. I don't know, because she can't see lips. So I don't know. But anyhow, you know, I'm always like struggling with that. So I'm like, okay, why don't you just write them down? Then you'll know. So I have crumb cake, 5.5 by 8.5, and it's going to be scored at 1 1/4 and 4 1/4. Okay. So let me go ahead and do that so I don't forget. So 4 1/4 already scored. And I like to go on this side. So 1 1/4. Okay, we'll get scored there. So 1 1/4 and 4 1/4. This is kind of like a I don't know if I'd call it a fancy fold, but anyhow, that's your base card. I took the soft suede and I punched out with the 2-inch punch a circle. And let me get that out of the way, because that something happened with mine, and I have to play with it because the little lever thing, it won't close shut. I don't know what happened there. It's well loved. And then using the DSP, I have 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and this is the opposite side of the camping one. I have a little strip 1 by 5 1/4. And let me know if this is more helpful for me writing the dimensions on. There it is. He's the Man designer series paper. I was supposed to pull that one first. 4 by 5 1/4. And I have 2 that are the same size. So that one is, there's 2 of them, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then I just stamped a little Happy St. Patrick's Day, a little bit of layering, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right, so let me take this off. Oh, and then of course, you know, there's going to be the beer, the green beer, and I have one already stamped. I can't pick it up. I'm trying to pick it up. Okay, so and then the green beer. So just a scrap for that. All right. So you're going to fold this in half. I feel a little off kilter. I don't know. I felt okay all day. And right now I'm feeling a little off kilter. So I do have my little friend hooked to me, my little Optune unit. Those of you that have been following along. And I made sure it's plugged in so it doesn't beep or go off crazy, because sometimes that happens. And so use your bone folder to fold all that down. Now this piece here, this is the 4 by 5 1/4. I think I'm going to save those sticky notes because I probably can use them over and over again. I'm going to take that and I am going to stamp with, what do I use? I use the Granny Apple Green. I found this the best color for green beer, actually. And I am going to do Sending Luck and Love. There we go. Let me grab the block. So yeah, I'm adjusting pretty well to it. It's kind of like being plugged into a monitor all the time. Like I feel like I'm in prison. And I feel like, you know, my ball and chain is hooked to me. The best part is every couple days, they're called arrays. I'm going to stamp this right on the DSP. They have to be removed. And then I have to, I get to wash my head and shave my head and alcohol my head. And then get new ones put on. So it's kind of like when you get a new haircut. You know how you just feel so good with a new haircut? Well, that's kind of how I feel when I have new ones put on. And I have to say, my son's girlfriend, Erin, that's going to go on the inside. She's been like, ugh, she's been an angel. She's been the one that comes over to change them. Because they're in 4 different sections and they have to go in a certain area. And she's been every couple of days, she comes over and she changes them. We had such an issue last night with it because the one time you put them on, you know, there's a diagram. So there's 4 different diagrams, front, back, and sides. And so the first time you put it on, you put it according to the diagram. Then the next time you put it on, you kind of shift it a little bit so that they're not always in the same space. Okay, this is a little strip for the front. And that only is because of the fact that you could get sores on your head because of it. So, yesterday was the 3rd time, so we had to shift back to the original. And I have one area on my head that, it's really weird. It's like a sensor thing on my head. And it's almost like a pulsating. And oh my gosh. She tried so many times to move it here, move it there, move it here. And finally, you know, we got the spot because we didn't know which one it was. So we ended up, I don't know how many times she had to change them. And they're sticky. So they're like a big Band-Aid with discs on them. It's quite interesting. If anybody looked it up at all, it's called Optune, O-P-T-U-N. You can look it up and you'll be able to read all about it. Okay, so this piece is going to go on the front. But the worst part, but I'm getting better, is sleeping with it. Because I feel like I have an umbilical cord attached to me. You know, it's like, it's the weirdest thing. But anyhow, okay. So now I'm going to glue this down. And then I was going through some of my retired stuff and paper pumpkin stuff. And I'm looking for it. And I found twine. Okay, where is it? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Where is the twine? Oh, der. Right there, Sue. Yeah. So I found this twine. It's like old olive and white, but, you know, who cares? It doesn't match the granny. That's okay. Granny don't have to match. So I thought, you know what, let's use that up. And if any of you are following me, I still have 2 of the, okay, wait, hold on a second. I'm all wrapped up in my cording. I still have 2 of the big boxes that I'm selling retired products. Like, I mean, I don't know how many hundreds of dollars is in it, but it's only $125 and then shipping. Unless you live local and you want to pick it up, then there's no shipping. But I still have 2 of them left, so you can check them out by going to my YouTube channel at Stitchin' with Sue. And let me think, 2 and 4 I think are gone. So 1 and 3 are still left. I have it posted over there what's left. So if anybody's looking for a good bargain to get lots of stuff at a fabulous price, and there we go. See, we use that up, and it's a great deal, and it's a way to for me to clean out, because I need to clean out stuff. All right, so there's our little, I like to do a little twisty on there. And all right, so let's put that aside. So next, we're gonna bring in our little glasses. And here is the dark and light Granny Apple Green. Oh my gosh, why didn't I just look at this, the ink pad right there? Granny Apple Green, but I think I like the dark one better. And we're just going to color those in. And if you want to highlight them, go with the dark and highlight it. You can take a lot of time with this. You can blend the colors for your beer. You can do all that. Color this in. Oh, there's a dog howling outside. I have no idea whose dog that is. Sounds like a big dog. So this is a fun set. You know, this is great for Father's Day. This is great for, you know, many things. If you want to, a lot of people like to give beer and that as gifts. And this would be great to make a little card. So this is a lighter green. And I'm just going to kind of color that in. And I forgot to tell you, I think I told you, I stamped these with Tuxedo Black Memento. But you can also stamp with gray. You can use espresso to stamp them. You don't have to always do black. Keep that in mind. Don't always have to do black. All right, so I just filled it all the way up to the rim. Just like that. And there you go. And I just colored my finger. And then you can go back and add a little bit of touch with the pool party on the bottom of your glass. And the tip of this one is, anybody notice with their blends, the wider tip tends to wear out faster. It gets like mushy. All right, so there's that. Okay. And what else am I going to need? I'm going to need some frothy froth for on top. And where did I put that? And our little circle. Okay. Where's my die cut machine? Right next to me. Boy, it's one of those nights, I'll tell you. So I'm going to use my little mini cut emboss machine. I have to get this out of here because otherwise it needs to be on a flat surface and not on paper because it has little suctions underneath. And if you have it on a piece of paper, you're going to be like fishing around to catch it. And where did it go? Okay, here. So I'm going to grab my dies. And I need the outline die. And I like to use the Post-it tape. I'm going to bring it closer to me though. The Post-it tape to tape it down so that it stays. And Kay, I have to tell you, I'm getting a little bit better with cutting out. I think because I can't tell you how many of these things I cut out today. Now what I also did is I cut out 2 of the vellum as well. And I already have those done, so you won't have to watch that. So look at that. Look at that, Kay. Pretty, pretty good. Yeah, I found out because a lot of times I would be doing it on the machine. If I take it off the machine and put the paper down and the die over the top, and just take your time when you're putting your die on there. Make sure everything you're looking at, you can see through the die. Okay. Well, I like to see what that bottle looks like. You guys don't mind, do you? Ooh, I have to tell you that, look at that. I'm getting good. The trial that I'm watching, it is out for deliberation with the jury. So everyone's like on the edge of their seats to find out the verdict. Where's that bottle? There it is. I want to see what the bottle looks like because I haven't done the bottle yet. So, yeah, before I came, there was like some ruckus going on in the courthouse, and everybody was going like, what's going on? Did the verdict yet? You know, and then all the people are like, oh, the verdict is in. Well, it wasn't, you know. Now, I'm not saying it didn't come in while I'm, you know, here doing my live, but I'll check it out. Okay. I told you last week, make sure you stagger your plates, right? So, my tape was moving. Stagger your plates, Sue. Probably because it's on the end like that. I should have started from the other end. Let me go back. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, look, it's cute. Look at that. Look how cute that is. Oh, I'm not dropping everything. Okay, and I need some sudsies. I already have them cut, so I'm not going to bother you doing that because I wasted enough of your time. All right, let me get this out of the way. Let me bring my paper back in. But look at how cute that bottle came out. I really like it. Okay. All right, let me fix myself here in the chair. Okay, let me see if I missed any questions. Guilty? Are you saying, are you watching it, Betty? Practice makes perfect, yes. You're doing great. I only know because my brother is a beer drinker. Okay. All right, guilty, just in. Oh, really? Is that what you're saying, Betty? The jury's back and it said, and he's found guilty? Are you kidding me? They weren't even out that long. Huh. Hurry is back? Oh, it must be jury is back. Oh, jury. One with the wife and the kids. Yes. Only 3 hours. Oh my gosh. So I think everybody all over the world knows about that trial that's going on. Wow. Yay. I felt he was guilty too. There was just too many things. And I'm like a loyal watcher. You know, I have been watching that. That's my new, part of my new hobbies is watching trials. Okay. So back to where we were. I get sidetracked. I'm so sorry. Okay. So let me bring in my little glasses. Well, you probably can't see them there. And then I cut out 2 with vellum. Now, another thing you could do is stamp on the vellum. If you stamp on the vellum, okay, I'm trying to see how you can see this. So here's the vellum. If you stamp on the vellum, okay, so you're going to stamp the outline, right, on the vellum. And then if you take that, make sure you let it dry. It's going to take a little while to dry unless you use your heat tool to dry it, or you can emboss it. And if you put that over the top of it, that really brings out the glass. I keep wanting to say bottle. See how that really brings it out? But let me show you if I just use the vellum alone, it's a little blah. So let's use the ones that I stamped, only because then it will be different from my sample. Now you might be wondering, how do I put this on? Well, Betty has a fabulous glue from another company, but we're not going to do that because I'll end up losing my job. So I'm just going to turn these over, and I need my glue sheet, my silicone mat. Everybody move over. There's a beak from last week. A beak from last week, that rhymes. There we go. There, you could see it now. Okay, and so all I'm going to do is you could take a sponge and go ahead and squeeze some of your glue out and take the sponge. Oh, I have a cat hair. And dab on here and then stick it to it. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I'm going to try to put, come on out, just a light coat. I'm just going to go up and down very lightly. You can also run your vellum through the adhesive sheets. That would be a great way if I thought of that ahead of time. Sometimes when I'm doing things is when I think of things and it's a little too late. So then just take your vellum, your stamped vellum over the top and align that up. Wow, guilty. Ooh, I bet there was cheers happening down in South Carolina. That went on forever. Well, now my problem is, what am I going to watch now? So see how fun that is? And now I have my little frothiness. So that is going to go on top of here. Let me turn these over so I have two frothies. Wow. See, I thought something was going on because they kind of showed part of the courtroom before I, you know, came on. And then I don't know, there's a lot of noise and people are in the chat and I can't pick this up and I need my tweezers. I'm going to stick my finger in the glue. Okay. So let's put this on here like that. I'm just going to stick my finger right in it to pick it up because that's how it goes. Now, Winka Stella. I think I need to get a new one. All right, if we put a little Winka Stella, not too much, but that kind of adds to the frothiness. Or that stuff that we had out at Christmas time that looked like snow. You can, that puff paint, you can put that on here. That would be fun. Okay. Let me put Stella back. So there's with a little bit of Stella on there. Let me make sure I'm in the camera here. Oh, over here. Hold on. There's a delay. A little bit down. So see how fun it looks? You guys like that or what? So vellum, right? Haven't used vellum in forever. All right, so let's bring our card in. I have my little circle and I'm going to use dimensionals on the back. I know, what a mess here. Oh well. When I was up here before, I'm not going to say her name, but the doggy, she always has to G-O-O-U-T. And I'm up here and I'm like, well, you're just going to have to wait because one thing I can't stand is a messy desk when I walk away, because when I come back and it's like total disaster, oh, I just get, my nerves just don't like that. Okay, so we're going to take our two mugs, glasses, with dimensionals, and like they're going clink, like that. And then that is going to go right here on, kind of hang over a little bit. And I'm going to use dimensionals again. I don't normally do that, but because of that twine on there, I want to make sure that it's going to stick good. So, all right, let's peel those off. And then I have a real fun card next, so don't go anywhere. Oh, I probably want to slide this down a little bit. just a tad. Okay. Put this here. And then my happy St. Patrick's Day. Look at, I have wine glasses all over. I got bubblies. Oh, it's a good thing I don't drink. I just drink on paper. And we're going to add a few dimensionals here. And I think after this card, we're going to do a giveaway. Because I think we are overdue for a giveaway. Oh, I didn't want to put on the end there. Okay. Because I want that to overhang as well. There we go. Is it straight? Nah. So happy St. Patrick's Day. Isn't that fun? Let's add another embellishment. Go ahead and add these rustic metallic adhesive backed dots. Try to say that fast a few times. So let's go and put a couple of those, because this is kind of, you know, more, well, I don't want to say that it's manly, but, you know, kind of, sort of. Let's put one there. So there it is. All that chit chat and everything, and there's the card. Now, here is my original one, where it's just the plain vellum. So which one do you guys like better? Do you like the stamped vellum or the plain vellum? And I notice I didn't do my Wink of Stella on this one. So let me know which one you like better. If you like the stamped vellum or the plain vellum. And I'll move my arm in a teensy bit so you can see. Like, yeah, you ask a question and then you put your arm in the way. Okay, there we go. Stamped or no stamp? Yeah, the stamp look good. You know what? I bet it would look really good if that was embossed. Stamped, definitely. The vellum stamped. Yep. Oh, Mary likes the plain. Huh. All right, stamped. Great cards. Aren't they fun? Fun. Sending luck and love for happy St. Patrick's Day. Okay, so I love these rustic metallic adhesive back dots so much that I want to give a pack of them away to one lucky viewer that's still here, and I will send you, depending on if you want the stamped vellum or the not stamped vellum, I will send you one of these cards with it. So in order to qualify, of course you have to be here, and you have to let me know who all wants to be entered. So if you want to enter, say me, and I will write your name down, and then I will do a drawing. All right, so while I wait for that to catch up, I have my cinnamon spice tea again tonight. Mary. Carol. I think there's only one Carol in here. There's only one Mary. Mary and Carol. It doesn't matter if you're a demo. Sherry. Lori. If you're a demo or not, it doesn't matter. Everyone is invited to enter the drawing. Even you, Kay. Okay, let's see, I got Carol, Mary, Lori. Come on. We're going to do the countdown. That's it. It shows that there's 10 people here. And there's only 4. Is there 1, 2, 3, 4? I only have 4 names. How sad is that? You guys don't want a free product. You don't want free. You know the thing, if it's free, it's for me. So it should be for you too. Okay, me. All right, thank you, Betty. Thanks. Does that mean you want to too, Kay? Betty, I'm going to do it. And Kay. Okay, there's still a few more of you. Laura. Oh, Laura. Hello. I don't think have we met before. Laura Rutruff. I don't recognize your name. Are you a newbie here? If you are, welcome. What am I doing? I gotta fold these. All right. Let me fold these, and it's going to be the final call to enter. And if you haven't ever received anything from me before, or I haven't sent you anything, and you are the winner, make sure you message me with your snail mail address so I know where to send your prize. You guys like when I do prizes, right? We got to get more people involved. More people that come every week, the more I will do prizes. And you're going to love these. You know, Father's Day is coming up. Birthdays are always coming up. These little rustic dots are perfect for your card making. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I watch usually your embroidery videos, but I'm slowly trying card making. Oh, okay. Well, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Let's do a big welcome for Laura. She's an embroidery gal. I thought your name looked familiar. That's why I was like hesitant to say that I didn't know who you were, because I didn't want to look like a fool. Even though I usually do look like a fool, that's okay. Well, now you see me live. Live. Okay. Who wants to pick the winner? I want to make sure they're not stuck together, because stupid me, I used Post-it notes. Who would like to pick the winner? We got everybody here. All right, I'm closing my eyes and I'm looking away, and I'm shuffling, and let me see this one. And this one would be Kay. Well, congratulations, Kay. And Kay, did you want the card with the stamp vellum, or do I have to scroll up? Oh, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Where's Kay? We're a real nice bunch of people here, Kay. I think you're going to have a good time. A lot of helpful people. And we also have a monthly card swap. If you would be interested in joining that group. Okay, Kay, which one did you want? Did you want the stamped vellum or the plain vellum? Yes, please. Yes, please what, Kay? Stamped vellum? No stamped vellum. That's what we need to know from you. And then we can move on to the next card. Congrats to Kay. She didn't want to enter, see? Never hesitate to enter giveaway. Stamped vellum, you got it. I will put it right in there. And I will put that in the mailbox tomorrow for the mailman to take it. But I'm going to still keep it because I want to take pictures of it. So, all right. So that was card number 1. Like I said, I only have 2 cards tonight. And I apologize for that. But I have a couple shares. I can share in the meantime. Let me share with you. So here's a card I did previously. Oh, yes. And again, I used that designer series paper and blank on the inside. So I found these when I was pulling out the set. And here I made them into root beer floats. How many of you remember root beer floats? And I think that those are super fun too. And blank on the inside. So there's a couple extra cards. I will post them on the Facebook group as well. So let's go ahead and get the final card of the evening. I hope you're enjoying these cards. I had a real fun time coming up with them while I was watching my murder trial. All right. Okay. So I have some black twine, and we're going to use a basic white card base for this one. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, right in the middle. Then another piece of the DSP, 3 3/4 by 5. Should probably lay them out then if you want a screenshot. And this black is 5 1/4 by 4. So not too much for this card. And did I tell you I'm using this piece as well? And this comes from that designer series paper too. So it's a good deal. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to save all these posties. A couple of them fell on the floor. But anyhow, let's see. So happy March. I forgot to say that to everyone. Happy March. Can you believe it's March already? And I think they're calling for some snow. The lady in the box, and I can't say her name because then she comes alive. She sent me a message to say that there's going to be snow in the area tomorrow. So we shall see. Okay. So these two pieces are going to get layered together. This is a quick card. You know me, I like quick. And I originally wasn't going to do the black, but you see how blah that looks? So if you're new to card making, you see how blah, or maybe you're not. If you add a little bit of dark color behind that, look at how much that brings it out. Now, it probably would have been nice to use vanilla cardstock, but and here's the little cars on the back. How fun this paper is. And I forgot about this paper. When I started making these cards, I'm like, oh, you know what? I have that DSP. I was going through my catalog to see what can I use. And I have a lot of this DSP. I must have really liked it. And I think mostly what I liked of this DSP were the die cuts with the paper die cuts. And don't worry, we'll be using that too. Okay, so then I'm going to take this piece, this was out of the die cuts, and I'm just going to put it at an angle. And it's so fun. It looks like you tore it right out of a notebook. Well, now that my trial's over, I'm going to have to find something else another trial to start watching. Okay. And I had a bunch of friends on there because you could chat on the group I belong to. All right, I'm going to use the black twine. And I know this is, more of a male card, but this time I'm going to do a bow. Because I can and I want to. All right, I like to separate the twine. Oh, let's hope I made it long enough. All right, let's see how my skills are tonight in bow making. Are you ready? One loop, wrap around, push through. Oh, the bow gods have blessed me tonight, folks. Okay, now if you find that you have that in a place you don't want, just shimmy it. Shimmy it down to where you want it to go. Okay, this is going to get glued onto here. Now when you're doing, because there's that little bit of baker's twine, add a little bit of extra glue on there, right in the center. I mean, the liquid glue is pretty good. It holds it very well. And you also can do a little shimmy like that. Okay, so then here this is one of the dies from that same paper. And you just have to punch it out. Cheers to all your years. So this could be, and I'm thinking this is going to be a birthday card for my son because his birthday is coming up in April. And I'm trying to be ahead of the game for everything. So now because this is kind of, it's not cardstock, but it's a little bit heavier than, regular copy paper. I'm going to add a whole bunch of these dimensionals to the back. Oh, and that was a cut one. And the more the merrier with dimensionals. And peel off the backing. And Alrighty. And I'm gonna, whoop. I'm gonna stick that right about there. And then I, ahead of time, I stamped the mug. And I have another piece of vellum. I'm not going to stamp the vellum this time. This is going to get layered over on top. So let me go ahead and glue that. Everything is static electricity. Is anybody else finding that? Even in my dryer. I got those dryer balls because I don't like using those fabric sheets. And I ended up getting more dryer balls. And they still, I must have, let me see, 6, 7, 8. I think I have 9 dryer balls. They're just not helping with static electricity. All right, let's put that on there. And let's get our little sudsy. And that I am going to kind of tuck inside the top of the vellum if I didn't glue it down too hard. I can get my finger under there. Oh, for Pete's sake. I couldn't have glued down that hard. All right, I have another one. Do I have another mug? Oh, look, here's a mug that I already have done. Okay, great. That's fine. Okay, glue your sudsies on first. I will try to pry that off later. And don't forget to use your silicone mat. Because if I did that on my paper mat, it would be a sticky mess. Alright, there's my little bit of suds. And let's add, come on out. I'm trying not to squeeze too much out when I'm doing this. Just enough to hold it down, because you saw how strong it held down. Okay, here we go. There we go. There's our little sudsy. Now I'm going to put this on the card, but I thought, well, you know, okay, that looks fun, but what can be more fun? Ugh, hold on, folks. This is going to be so much fun. So, I don't know. I think these are still available. Did I do the inside? I did do the inside. These are effervescent elements. Who all saw these in the catalog? Let me open them for you. It's a big jar. Can you see how fun they are? They look like bubbles. Like if you, years ago we had a stamp set that was a lady in a bathtub. Like it didn't show her whole self. It was just her head wrapped in a towel and whatever. And these would have been so fun with, if you still have that stamp set, the lady in the bathtub, or anywhere where you want bubbles. But before I do that, I have to do my inside. Let me show you how I'm going to apply those. And here's Miss Dory. Say hello, Dory. You're not going to talk? Garden green. Because we got to get a little bit of looking like St. Patty's Day, right? And let me get this stamp. And I'm going to do the good friend. You're not going to say hi, Doris? Hi, Dory. Dory. Oh, there she is. Did you guys hear her? Say hi, Dory. There she is. There's Miss Dory. She's usually here for my embroidery video. She doesn't usually come up for stamping. Oh, she's tapping on me. Well, I'm on live, Dory. I can't play with you now. Oh, she's tapping my elbow. Oh, you're such a good girl. Are you a good girl? Huh? You? Yeah, you are. Oh my goodness, she's so funny. Okay, so I'm going to stamp a good friend. It keeps moving and my hand hitting it. It's like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have. Isn't that cute? Okay, let's clean that. And of course, we have to have a little clover on here. Look at how pretty that is. Don't you just need to have that stamp set? Okay, so there we have our inside. So now we're going to go ahead. We're going to embellish our little glass of bubbly. I'm going to take, now, you know, y'all know what glue this is. Remember I told you last week. Let me grab another one. It's the liquid multi-glue. But when I opened it up, the whole label I peeled off, so unfortunately. But it's a Stampin' Up! Product. I'm going to load this up with the glue. Now, two things you can do with this. You can load this up with the glue and let it dry, and then it becomes like a sticky pad. And then you do your embellishments. But I'm impatient. And see how I really loaded that up with glue? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my effervescence. And I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, I'm going to dip it in. Just dip it in. And there are all the bubblies. Now you want to put this aside, but look at how fun that is, as opposed to just, you know, a simple little doodad. Now, I don't know how this would go in the mail. You would want to, of course, make sure it dries very well, and maybe put a little paper to protect it. So I'm going to put that aside because I have one I already did. And I did this a few hours ago. Now that glue will dry clear, so you won't see it. And there they're on there. Well, you might get one or two that fall off, whatever. But the effervescent things are like all different sizes. So some are larger, some are smaller. So now we could have had, you know, here's a beer mug done just with the basic colors. So you could put that on there. That looks fun. That really does look fun. But we're going to do, for St. Patty's Day, I'm going to do this one. And I'm going to put this on again with dimensionals. But it just is something to kind of zhoosh up your card, make it fun. But I would definitely put a piece of cardstock or something to protect it if you're mailing it. Or you can put on, you know, to hand cancel. There's, I guess, an additional fee for that. But I am just going to hand deliver this to my son with some sort of gift or cash. Usually kids like cash. And there you go. Look how fun that is. Super, super fun. And our inside. And then here is the original card I did. Same thing. Super fun. I love it. I love this set. I think it's really, really cool. I like those little effervescents. You also can use sequins. You can use puff paint, all those kinds of things. But this is a really, really fun bundle. And if you add in a little Lucky Clover, you can be set with St. Patty's Day for a long, long time. All right. Well, let's take a look. I know I didn't do a whole lot tonight, but let me show you a couple other. So here is one that with the vellum, stamped with the vellum. Again, the different colors of beer. What else do I have here? And here's a few with, there's a green one. This one I did the stamp with the stamp and then the little bubbles coming up. This one could be, you know, the dark beer. It could be root beer. But I just had so much fun making all of these. Now I got to make all these cards, right? But I think it looks really fun with the traditional color of beer. And I can't wait to make something out of this. I'm seeing like sprigs of flowers coming out of that. I really like how that came out. Super fun. Okay, so here are these two cards. Let me move this out of the way. Oh, Shidori must have left us. She probably figured, huh, she's ignoring me. All right, let's take a look. So Kay was our lucky winner tonight, so congratulations to Kay. Let me put these. There's so much stuff on this desk. I always say, who made this mess? And here we are with our little, I keep not being able to think of it, glasses. my little glasses. And this one here. Let me make sure you could see them all. Because I don't know, my screen looks really small tonight on here. I don't know why. Can you see them all? Kind of, sort of. Okay, so they're super fun. So you guys like these with the little effervescent, what are they called? Effervescent elements. And it's pretty thick. You know, you get quite a lot of them. Let me look on the back and see. They usually tell you how many. I'm sure someone sat there and counted them. Approximately 2,300 pieces. Yeah. They're so fun. Think of all the other things you can do with those. Okay, so let me see if I had... Oh, she's back. Dory's back. Love the bubbles. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Very cute. Root beer. Yeah, root beer float. Bubbles are fantastic. They are. Love them all. They're all so cute. Thank you. They look great. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'll take pictures of them and I will post them so you can critique them a little better. But looking at them on the screen, I definitely like the stamped vellum over the non-stamped vellum. So super fun. All right, folks. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. I got a lot of cards I got to make, right? I have all these leftovers, all these pieces. But if I don't, I can just put them all in a little bag and tuck them right into the stamp set. And when I need a card, I have them already done. Because I have all these to cut out yet. Super fun. Can't wait. And so thanks so much for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening and a wonderful weekend and a week upcoming. So till next time, thank you so much. See you later. Be good. Bye.